Today is March the 25th, and just heading out to tail a few rabbit snares. And actually, you go further on this highway now, a couple hundred kilometers, the road is closed. They had a heavy dump of snow down that way the weekend, but closer to Goose Bay now it was all rain. So I'm just going to go so further on the highway and start tailing a scatter rabbit snare, working my way back towards Goose Bay. Not a great time for tailing snares, but it ends, the season ends at the end of the month, so it's the last chance I got anyway. So I'll tail a few and we'll see how it turns out, I guess. Well, if the snow was a bit softer, you would see the rabbit footings a bit easier, but I can see rabbit buttons on, in, through, around, everywhere. So there's rabbits around here, and I'm just going to put it right here for now. And normally I would make up my snares in the night time before I come out, but I never. I usually use a pair of wire cutters or fingernail clippers or something. I'll show you what you can do if you're really stuck. Is well, this is stainless steel wire. I'm not really sure the size, but a lot of people use this for rabbit snare. And first I put a little eye in, and then I figure roughly how big I want the snare, and then a bit extra for tying it on. And if you never had nothing to cut your wire off with, if you put a kink, just put a kink in the rabbit wire like that. Now you would never bust it without this kink, but by kinking it like that, you got a weak spot there, and you can snap it right off. And if you try to bust that without that kink, you probably tear your hands up. So, and this obviously I made this one really long, but all I do is make roughly how big I want the snare to be. Then I size it up like this. And this stainless steel wire is great. You can use this over again. And if I get a rabbit, I'll always look. And if there's a kink in it, the rabbit sometimes when it jumps around could kink it, well then I wouldn't use it no more. But as long as there's a kink in it, you use this rabbit wire a good many times before you got to replace it. And sometimes if you get a rabbit and the snare is froze on, you bring it home and remove the snare and be able to use it again. So anyway, I just make the snare like that. Then you want a couple of guide sticks like that, and a little one underneath from the Risey's head. If a rabbit comes through there, we got gravy. So anyway, I'm just gonna move on. And normally now, if I had a good spot, I would tail 3 or 4 snares in the area. But since I can't see their patterns very good, I'm just gonna tail one here and there like that, and just go in a number of different places. And another good thing is if you had some young birch, you break off some twigs of birch and throw around, and rabbits really go for that, and they'll drag them around to the area you got your snare at. So anyway, I'm just going to move on to the next one, I guess. The crust on the ground is very, very hard trying to find places to tail the snares, but like I said, the season is soon closed, so try to get a few of it anyway. You don't need a lot. Well, this place here is kind of open around right here, and I noticed I seen rabbits on here earlier in the year, and this old tree fell down across there, so everything kind of funnels in through here, and a little nip off point there, I guess, and then opens up here again. So anyway, I'll put one there, and we'll see how it works out, I guess. Well, I see a squirrel foot in there, but I don't see any rabbit footings, but I know he's around here because he always likes to come around where martin boxes is too. So I'll put one right there. I'm going to tail a few like this because it's not a good day for trying to find a bit of sign, and this time of year where the ground is harder, the rabbits could be running all over the place. They won't stick to their regular paths. So anyway, I'll try one here and we'll see how it works out, I guess. So as you can see, I got a martin box here, and there's no rabbit footings to be seen, but I know there's around here, so So it looks like a nice little place to block it off lying here. And I just use some dry limbs to block it off, and snare there. I normally like to tail them in beaten down rabbit pads, but I've never seen a rabbit foot in the day. So, but I know they're around. So anyway, hopefully this works out. Right here, I'm going to put the snare, and you can also block it off with the branches from a spruce tree. Just tear the limbs off of one side, like that, and then you just tear it off one side of the branch. And sticky up there like that, and you always want to put a little stick here so I make sure it rises head into the snare. And I flatten down the snow down around the snare there too before I put in there, because this time of year the snow is settling fast, and you'd have to come back, and next thing you know the snare be 1.5 feet up in the air. So anyway, we'll see how this works out, I guess. Well, that's the first rabbit footing I've seen all day, and he come on down through, and he went through right there, and there's another footing over that way, a little bit hard to see. So anyway, I'm going to put a set right there. On this one, I'm just going to shove that stick down through the ground there like that, a big old limb I chopped off. Like that, and I'm going to tie my snare off on here, and we'll have a look at it when I get it done. This is also in the area where I had a marten trap, and right here I just blocked it off with some old rotten dry limbs and stuff, and you got to go through there, and also here, and I just blocked it off and I do some limbs. So if it comes over this way, obviously it will go through there. So I got 2 sets here, and I'm going to block it off there a little bit too, because if it comes down through here, I don't want to go back out through that way. So anyway, we'll keep an eye on this and see how it works out. Alright, there's a brook that runs down the line there, and the road is just up here, and we're in like a strip of woods here, and I never seen no rabbit footings here, but I'm going to try a set right here now, something different, and I'll show you when I get it done. Alright, so what I got made here is a snare pound. People call them by different names in different areas, but we call them pounds, and a typical rabbit pound will have 4 snares. And this will be a beta sit. I'm going to put some young birch in the middle, and when the rabbits tries to get in at the birch, still depending on which way they approach us, hopefully you'll get one. And the only bad thing about a pound now, if you come and you don't have no rabbit, and if you see rabbit buttons in the middle of your pound, that's not good. That means he got in the pound without getting caught. And that's the first pound I made in a long time, but I first seen them, you come down to your pound and you have a rabbit in each snare. And sometimes 2, 3 like that, but occasionally you would get 4 on a set like this. And so I'm going to put some young birch in the middle, and I'll just show you after it's done, I guess. Anyway, I got baited up there now, but I put a nice bit of birch there because I almost cut down too much, and I didn't want to leave any outside the pound. So anyway, a rabbit comes in there from any direction, I got a chance for him. And anyway, I guess pretty excited. I can't wait to come back and check this one now. So anyway, I'll move on and tail another couple, I guess. Well, I got a snare there, and I got a snare right here. And just on back of this big old hump of snow, and I got some birch there put to them for bait. The rabbits eat a lot of birch, and I wish I would have had birch earlier, or I'd have put a bit to every one of my snares, but I never had any. So anyway, I got a bit left. I'm gonna probably have one more set, and that'd be it, I guess. Well, anyway, I just tailed another 3 snares, and that's all I'm gonna tail. I think I got 20 tailed all together. And I was just looking at my snowshoes. They're getting in pretty rough shape. I'm gonna have to wear my other ones next time. And Randall, if you're watching, old buddy, I was just wondering if there was any warranty on them. So I'll be talking to you soon, I guess, and I'll fix them up myself. Very good. On my way back there now, I tailed 20, and I tailed 20 and seen two rabbit foot. So you know, I wouldn't even bother with it right only about the season will soon be closed. So give it a little try, and hopefully don't get skunked. Hopefully get something anyway. So anyway, yeah, when we house them, we'll see what we get. Very good.